guys, I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Amber Fasagajin Cosplay, and today we are back again you guys with Hunter x Hunter! Hopefully we won't be as cringy as the last one.
It was a good episode. It was mostly fighting. The Phantom Troupe showed up, the Chimeras attacked their home. The Chimeras. The one that got Puckle killed, basically, because she's the one that stung him and shit. And the creepy spider. They basically wreaked havoc in Metro City.
Meteor City.
Meteor City. Metro City is something
Meteor
else.
City, yeah.
The Phantom Troupe is not happy about it, so some of the members are fighting back right now. They are all pretty much badasses. Some abilities of theirs we had. Some of their abilities we'd never seen before, so it was a great opportunity to see what we missed in the Phantom Troupe arc and what we could have faced. I'm glad that some of these powers we did not have to face before, because I don't know how we would have stopped them. They're pretty creepy, yet powerful. So now we need to destroy the queen, the creepy spider, and there's another one too that we need to fight. Which one is it? I don't remember, but there's 3 of them fighting. Oh yeah, we saw Killua's sibling is around the Phantom Troupe. There's a motive there, like there's a reason, because he kept paper clips, I guess, like little pieces of paper on all of the Phantom Troupe neighbors. So there's a reason why that is happening, but we still don't know why. We'll find out eventually, maybe not this episode, but yeah.
Unless you put them there to just keep tracks of them.
But why? There's still a reason. There is still a reason why.
So
so like she said last episode, and I mean the one before that, it's been pretty cringy because I don't know what's going on with our English. I'm forgetting more names than I usually do. And,
I just can't speak.
Yeah, so sorry about that if it happens again. It probably will. But yeah, let's jump in this episode and see what happens next.
Alright.
Let's go.
So, like you said, basically, Feitan is French-Canadian.
Yeah, there you go. He's a native. That's why I love him. No, it's a joke that we have here. We saw somewhere when we were younger that apparently cursing makes you live longer because it helps you, let out some of the steam. You're not as stressed. So, like, I don't know if there's any truth behind it.
Anybody in the world can cuss.
No, but I remember when I read this, my reaction was, then French Canadians are gonna live forever because we curse every fucking time. Like, it's part of the culture.
We curse for no reason.
Like, honestly, like, that's the thing. I curse in English too when we do our reactions. I will watch reactors do their stuff, and you do the same. You want to curse, but then you kind of censor yourself. You put censure on your words. You say fudge instead of fuck. Yeah. I don't have that limit. I don't really care. I know YouTube tends to demonetize videos that do this, but we haven't had problems with that.
We're not that important to be demonetized by that, guys.
So we don't care about this.
I think, do you remember in one of our own movies, one of the French Canadian movies, Bunker Backup?
Yeah.
Yeah. They basically say the best. In Quebec, we use curse words as
nouns,
noun,
verbs,
adjective, verbs, pronouns, anything.
There are multiple ways to curse here, so it's a joke. It's a running joke. So you have to know that his ability relies on him being angry, and then just he activates him. He activated it by cursing. It's just we connect. We connect, he and I.
We're alike.
I love him. I know, I honestly love him. I loved him before, and now I love him even more.
It's so crazy, though, that for how strong that he is, and for someone who need to curse to become stronger.
Oh, he's strong even before that,
he's strong even before that, but he has such a sweet and sweet mild voice when he speaks.
It's L, yeah. he looks and he sounds like a child. I don't know how old he is. But,
and you know what? For a second, I thought that it was Light Gaming voice actor, but you remember it was L. And now I can understand why, because the crazy laugh was just so sweet.
Kind of like, it's just like L. You like him, but then you don't understand really why, because he has a tendency to be a bit creepy and a bit, fucked up. but you like him.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, I was glad. Out of all the abilities, I think his is the best in the ones we saw in the last 2 episodes. I'm glad that the queen and the creepy spider one are dead. They deserve that after what they did to Puckle. I'm acting like I cared a lot about him, but last episode I did not even remember his name, so I don't know how to feel about that, but I did care.
About Puckle?
Yeah, Puckle. I did care. I'm sad he got killed, and that was all because of them. And they were creepy, especially the spider one. So I'm glad that they're gone. It's really funny, though. The Phantom Troupe packs a punch, you know? You know they're strong. They, like, the queen was an opponent, but then they just stood to the side. It's a race for them. It's a game. As long as the threat is not considered, you know, that bad, I don't think they will attempt to do anything like this. But they were like that even in the York New arc. Yeah. When, you know, when the first few fights we saw of them, when Kurapika actually recognized them as the Phantom Troupe and wanted to attack, it was the same. You know, they were standing by and we're like, oh, do you think he needs our help? No, he'd be more mad if we helped him. It's a game. I understand why, because it's their job, it's their life. In a way, though, I feel like Killua's brother
Kiruto?
What?
Kiruto, that's his name.
No, that's not Kiruto.
Yeah, that's his name. Wait.
Karuto, c'est ça?
Karuto one.
Karuto, we got the name. So, no, you said Kiruto.
Ah, sorry, Karuto.
So Karuto, it looks like he is here to learn, you know, to kind of set his strength somewhere, to understand like how strong he still has to become in order to fight back with the strongest out there.
He did say that he wanted to become the number 2.
Well, if it was his mission, like if he was told, you know, your next job is to become number 2 of the Phantom Troupe, and then you come back and you can graduate. I don't know, like I mean, they've been given stuff like that before. Like we know from Killua and Irumi that it's how they do stuff. You know, when they think that their training is over, they are given tasks to do, and if they don't accomplish them, they cannot become full assassins with their jobs. Right? Am I making this up?
Yeah, I think. Also, with the family pictures that we saw, maybe Karuto
is younger than Killua.
Yeah, because I've seen two children, they seem to be smaller than Killua, so they might be younger than Killua.
Who was the one that was completely in the back, turned, you know...
Another brother. It looks like me, but that's another brother.
I know it's another brother, but I'm like, why so mysterious? Maybe something that we'll figure out in the future. Anyway, but it's still funny because, like, he's so young. Karuto is so young, like Killua when he entered the world, but with less, you know... Well, not with less arrogance, because Killua did face characters that were stronger, and he did have this whole arc of, you know, fearing for his life and running away.
I wouldn't say that he's not arrogant, because he just said, oh, I was toying with my prey.
They were, well, it's kind of like his brother. They both got into this game thinking that they were stronger than anyone else, but then having to face characters that were stronger, opponents that had much more experience and had gone through some shit themselves. So it's always satisfying, even if it's for characters that you root for, it's always satisfying to see someone that has this arrogance be you know, crushed. Kicked back a little bit, you know, and you know what, you might not be the best. So yeah, I was glad, like, there's still so much to learn, and with the Phantom Troupe, like, he's gonna become stronger in no time. You just gotta allow them to teach you somehow.
Yeah, he's gonna become crazier than he is right now.
Crazy strong.
Not just crazy strong, just crazy and all that matters.
I don't think they're crazy. I think it's just that Killua's family has been raised a certain way, and they don't see that as being crazy or abnormal. We see that as being abnormal because it's not a way a child should be raised ever.
No.
But they don't lose it. Like, they're not crazy. When I say a character is crazy in the show, I usually mean, you know, they don't make sense, you know, they lose it. But they usually are very composed, and it looks like this is, I mean, this Karuto is even better than Killua at this, you know, keeping still and controlling himself. I might be wrong, but from what I've seen so far, that's how he does it. A little bit vicious on the side, you know, when he knows he's won, like, there's a little viciousness going on, but nothing crazy. So hopefully we still follow them around. Like I love when they show up, and I love that they don't forget about them. So considering he's still around the Phantom Troupe, there's something to follow there. So maybe we'll see him in the future stronger than he is right now. But yeah.
Hopefully. I'd like to talk about the fight between the spider camera ant and the girl that I forgot her name.
The girl with the vacuum.
Yeah, the girl with the vacuum cleaner.
There are many names in this show, guys. Don't judge us.
Yeah. She made a point that he could have used his own spider web to fill the hole in his body. And
it's a very interesting way to fight.
Yeah, he could have survived by doing it, but he didn't think about it.
Neither did she. And she didn't like that. I think it's interesting because, you know, when you're playing a chess game, one way you can win is by predicting what your opponent is going to do. And if the opponent does something that you never predicted, you learn from it. So she's learning from it. That's how she becomes stronger. She's all in her head. You know, she's got an ability and stuff, but her strength comes from her intelligence and her strategies. I think it's interesting, and it makes a lot of sense. I think it, you know, that's how I would like to be. Kind of like, you know, when you're a kid and you don't improvise on the spot. When someone insults you or says something and you want to say something back, but then you don't think about it, and later on you're like, oh, I could have said that, you know? You think about what you did wrong or what you did not think about from both sides.
I've done it so many times when I was in primary, in high school even.
Yeah, elementary
school. I should have said that. I should have do that.
But that's how you learn, you know. I think it's interesting to acknowledge that you've made some mistakes during a fight and try to see the fight from both perspectives and see how, you know, if you were in that position, what could you do to survive? It gives her ideas, it gives her knowledge about potential fights, and but it comes and helps.
I also say it as the fact that he technically didn't. I don't know if he thought about all of the way that he could have.
He panicked. No, he panicked.
No, he panicked, and he didn't think about all of the way that he could use his own ability for defense and offense.
Lack of experience. Again, I mean, we talked about it with the cheetah. It's the same here. Lack of experience. They rely completely on an ability that they don't understand yet. Even the queen was the same. You know, she put all her eggs in the same basket, thinking that her skin was impenetrable and not thinking that he could maybe find a way to surpass that, go beyond that. They are arrogant. Like I was talking about arrogance before. It's always funny to see a character be beat back. It's the same with them. Yeah. They are arrogant. They underestimate their opponents all the time, and that's why it's so satisfying when they die.
You see them dying, yeah.
So yeah, it's a good fight. I like the little touch at the end with the come at me and fight me. You know, I'm not gonna just kill you. Stuff happened to these guys, but they all come from the same place, and the Phantom Troupe rose beyond and above, you know, their circumstances. Yeah. This is what made them strong, and it makes sense that they would be like, I'm not gonna just butcher you. You come from the same city that we do. Just fight us, and we'll kill you in battle.
They allow them to die with some sort of dignity with what happened to them. So that's nice. That's
a nice gesture.
Of them.
It's a nice gesture, and I guess this is because that's how we would like to go to. You know, you don't want to. They already had a pretty bad life. You know, they were born with no chances. They don't have much luck. So then to also die like dogs. It's it's ruthless. It's sad. It's tragic, and I love that he didn't give them that. He pushed them to actually stand for themselves and go with a bang, like he said. So I love that little touch of humanity, because this is the Phantom Troupe has always been about this. You know, we talked about this during their arc, but it's the reason why they are such a great villain. There are such great villains. It's because they do bad stuff, but then we know the backstory and we can explain their characters. We can care for them.
Yeah.
And we can root for them in situations like this. So I do think they are part of Alien. For villains, they're not, you know, I think the Chimeras might be better. Like the King might be surpassing them. But then as characters, they are very interesting and they have many layers. We always love a good villain.
We always love a good complex character. So
actually,
that's nice.
Well, as far as we know so far, compared to them, Meruem has no layers because he's just been born. He's got no personality that belongs to him. He doesn't know everything, you know, he's got so much to learn, so he needs to build up his character. Next time we see him, he might have already changed a little bit, but what we saw from him, he's very instinctual, he thinks he knows everything, and he bases his decisions on that. So he doesn't have a past because he was just born. So compared to the Phantom Troupe, you know, it's not a character we can root for. So, you know, we can explain it. We can explain him because everything he says makes sense, but then we cannot care for him because he doesn't have that, you know, going for him compared to the Phantom Troupe. So that's why I think, you know, they will always have a place in my heart, a special place in my heart.
All right.
Anyway, so yeah, that's it for the episode. Thank you guys so much for watching it with us. If you want to see the next one right away, it is on Patreon already. You can check it out right now. The link is in the description.
And if you don't, you can oh, say it, I'm done.
If you want to watch it on YouTube, it will be up next week. So we'll see you then.
See you then, guys.
Bye.